Have
You been
fun at
watching?
old Liverpool.
Caught me looking down.
I did. I was trying to be sneaky. With the cold open.
Yeah, Daniel and I were looking way ahead on the schedule.
Yeah, way ahead. Looking ahead to October. Looking ahead to Liverpool. But let's talk a little. I don't even know, who do we play on Sunday?
West
Ham. Let's talk a little West Ham, Jason. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Red, White, and the Blues podcast, where we get to talk about Chelsea winning again. Yay!
How do we keep doing this? What is this feeling?
I don't know what this feeling is inside of me. I don't know what to do with myself.
Our fortunes have clearly changed. 5 games into the season.
Let's all get really excited and overhype our team now. Yay!
Saw videos comparing Nico to Drogba earlier today.
Yeah. Let's just stop with that. I love Nico, but that's not fair to either. It's not fair to either one of them. But yeah, he is Jason. I'm Daniel, and we are together, the Red, White, and the Blues podcast.
Interlocking digits.
That's right. We interlock digits like this, But yes,
just like when we hold hands.
That's right, and skip down the streets and sing Skidamarinky Dinky Doo.
Yeah. That's what we sing.
Yeah, that's what we sing. Mm-hmm.
No, we sing songs with bad words in them.
like Nelly, like we were doing before the podcast started.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to tell everything we do before the podcast.
Yeah, true.
Holding hands virtually.
Yeah, virtually holding hands. But yeah, we won this weekend, Jason, shockingly. I don't know. I mean, I will say this. Jason has been a lot more positive about this, I think, than I have been. I still say I'm not excited yet, and I will not be excited until Esteval and Paez get here next year. I'm sticking to my original plan, and I'm not getting overhyped with this team. They will not suck me in.
I've been sarcastically positive.
Okay,
I told Daniel we were qualifying for the Champions League. I thought it was over the top enough.
That one might have been, yeah. Well, look, I mean, half the Twitter things we're going to challenge for top 4 now.
Dude,
so.
We peaked on the second game of the season. I've already called it. I think. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay. What's more impressive, the win or the clean sheet?
The clean sheet. I knew you were going to ask that. The clean sheet is 100% more impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, hey, Bob had another decent game. I mean, he didn't have to do as much this match as he did against Bournemouth, but he still had a decent game. I don't know. West Ham. See, this is why I don't get excited. West Ham's just not good.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They're not good. They fired a manager who actually won matches.
Yeah.
And won them trophies. And they fired him to get some bum that can't do anything. So, sorry, West Ham.
Yeah, and piggybacking off of that, I don't want to take anything away from Nico. Nico scores within the 4th minute, gets a second in the 18th or 19th minute, right? Similar things. Nico lays off the ball, makes a good run past the back line. It's a good pass into his path. And on the first one, he runs down the left line, and that defender gave him all the room in the world to cut back in, and then he nutmegs the keeper. So clean finish, clinical. And then the second one, he just runs right down the middle, right past the line.
Hell of a pass back to say that.
Yes. And I mean, you can say, well done, well played, well finished. Don't want to take anything away because you still got to make the goal. And on the other end, you can say West Ham literally gifted us 2 good runs. All you have to do is make a good pass. All you have to do is kick a clean shot.
Well, the third one was that way too.
I didn't get to see that one.
It was a 3-on-2 break. I mean, it was Nico, Madueke, and Palmer 3-on-2, and he just laid it off to Palmer, and Palmer finished it. So it's
I mean, I'm with you. I think excitement needs to be tempered. I don't know. I'm not getting excited about the season at all yet.
Yeah, I will not.
It's nice that we're back to winning a couple things in a row. It's nice that we had a clean sheet at this moment.
Two matches in a row, mind you.
Yeah.
Balloons for Sanchez.
So it's like there are positive trends in the 5th game out of 38 of the season, and we haven't even officially started the other 2 competitions yet.
3,
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to do. We're about to start having games midweek just about every single time we play.
Yep.
So we're about to be stretched. We've got people out still. Things can still go very awry. I think people do need to temper their expectations for what is to come. If we get halfway in the season and things are still trending positively, we can start having some different conversations. But right now, I think 5 games. We're literally 5 games into the season.
Yeah, and it's hard because I am a big proponent of, I think you take your season in blocks. Like, you block off your season, so you need to, like the first half of the season was where I was like, okay, we're playing freaking bottom of the table teams. We have to get points out of these matches.
Right.
So, counted the first match of the season was a loss. So that one, you're already at one loss in the hole, playing City with your first match. And so it's one of those things that you have to take that into account. But then it's like, okay, we have Bournemouth, Palace, Wolves, and who do we have now? West Ham. So like, you have to win those games. We won all but one, so that's good. Now you have 2 teams that are surprising, Brighton and Nottingham Forest, who are both technically above us at the table. Neither one of them have lost this season. And so the next 2 weeks in the Premier League, and you have midweek matches in between those. So you've really got to, like, this will really, I think, test us more.
They're just below us in the table.
They're just below us?
Yeah, we're 5th right now with 10 points. And Newcastle are tied with us, but we got them on goal differential. And then Brighton and then Nottingham Forest are right behind them with 9. Or right behind us.
So they're a point behind us.
Yeah.
But
your point still stands. Your point still stands.
So, but the point, my point is, Jason, it's just one of those things that we've got to, these next couple of games are going to, I think, tell more. Like, we can get 6 points from Nottingham Forest and Brighton, I'll feel a lot better. But I still will not be excited. I mean, my expectations are tempered. Anything above 8 this season is a win for me. So
yeah. Same.
I'm just not. It is what it is. I don't know why my dog's going nuts right now, but she is going nuts.
She just wants to talk about Chelsea, man.
She does. I
agree. Anything above 8, that's good. I think I picked us to finish 9th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, it hasn't been as big of a disaster as, maybe it could have been. And I mean, at least we won, like, we beat Wolves convincingly.
Right.
And then regressed back to old Chelsea against Crystal Palace. And now I feel like we at least did what we were supposed to do rather convincingly against West Ham. Like, take advantage of the places where they are having issues. And that was all the back line. Because and I was watching some commentary, apparently some guys were out of position and or they were being used in different positions than they normally are. So I mean, it didn't work well for them, and we were able to exploit it. Now, for me to say the sentence, we were able to exploit it, is kind of a big deal, because we did that, because we did it.
We did it. Right. We did it.
There is positive play going forward. I think that has been all season. We have had positive forward movement of the ball, even in the midst of lateral passing. But we do have enough players, at least creative thinking players, that try to get it forward now, where that's been an issue in the past. And the main issue now is holding midfield, not getting cut up in the midfield.
Yeah.
And our defense. And so players or other teams are breaking against us very easily. And we look really shaky when another team just runs at us.
Yeah, West Ham didn't really do that a lot because, I mean, we controlled that match for the most part. Their midfield was garbage, so that helped us that their midfield was bad. But, I mean, you look at Bournemouth, like, we found a way to win that match, and that says a lot to the team. I don't want to take away from that, but, like, if that match ends 0-0 or we lose 2-1, which both of those things could have easily have happened in that match, if not for Bob having a great game.
Yes.
You know, West Ham just doesn't have anything going forward. Brighton, on the other hand, does. Nottingham Forest does. So it's one of those things that can our defense hold up? Gusto is supposed to be back.
Yeah.
I think Maresca said tomorrow. I would not play him tomorrow. Maybe bring him on as a cameo at the end.
Yeah.
And
he said he hoped Lavia would come back for Brighton too.
Right. Yeah. So Lavia makes a camp, and I've been a big proponent. Like, I think your best midfield is Lavia Caicedo. I think it is Lavia Caicedo Palmer, but I don't think I still hold to the fact that the owners are they're going to make him play Enzo. So, and Enzo, like, I don't know, he just hasn't done a lot this year. Like, even like Caicedo, necessarily, like the thing with him, his stats don't always like. You see what he does on the pitch. Like, he's not Conte, like, by any means, but he's getting to that level. Like, he's improving. Like, I can see improvement with him since he came to Chelsea, like, a year ago. Like, from last year when he was here with Poch to where he is now, massive improvements. He's gotten a lot better. Like, that pass at the West Ham match was a fantastic pass. And Enzo's just sort of been the same, if not regressed some since he's come here. So it's one of those things, like, and every time Lavia has played, he's been fantastic. He can just stay healthy. So I don't know. But yeah, we won. We did what we were supposed to do. I think it helps that they just don't have anything going forward.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that difficult of a match for our defense. Colwell and Fofana are finally finding their well, it wasn't even. Tosin played a good bit of this match too.
Yeah.
So forgive me, I don't remember at 6:30 in the freaking morning what our starting lineup was.
I got you.
I was looking. Yeah, it was Tosin started with Colwell.
Yeah, he did.
Match. So, because Fofana played right back, that's what it was. I knew Fofana was on the pitch. He played right back, so that was just weird. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows when Reese is coming back?
Never.
Never. So yeah, that's I mean, that's only the only 3 injuries we have right now. Chilwell is supposed to feature in the match tomorrow, along with Chukwuemeka. So there's that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. All these guys we haven't heard of in months. So
yeah, how did you feel about Sancho, Palmer, and Madueke behind Nico this game?
It was better this game. I would much rather Sancho out there than Neto. I think Sancho is better than Neto. He's also not injury prone like Neto is.
Yeah.
So I would much rather Sancho out there. Madueke, he has his moments like where he just does something brilliant, and then he has his moments like, dude, you should have just passed the ball and probably could have scored a goal. Like, so I have this love-hate relationship with Madueke a lot of times.
Yeah, he's still forcing it a bit.
He does.
That hat trick.
The hat trick of Wolves.
The word. Yeah. He's still forcing a bit.
I agree, and I think he just needs to play and just do what he was doing in preseason because it was he wasn't scoring 3 goals a match in preseason, but he was creating a lot more in preseason. So I don't know. I'm fine. I think that's our best attacking 4.
Yeah.
So might as well let them cook, I guess, while they're.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot to say about this game, honestly, because number one, I was at 6:30 in the morning. I don't remember a lot. Number 2, I was driving and had to watch on my phone in the second half. Yeah. So number 3, we won 3-0.
Well, and it's like these are easily some of the games that we've made hard in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most positive things about this team in particular is they look up for the games when they have looked up for this run of games, and you and I said it before we got this run of games, like this will be a big test. Like we've got to get points out of these games.
Yeah,
like, this is the run where we can make up some points, and this team will prove its mettle a little bit. I think like they're clicking in different ways. I think in West Ham, you're right. It was easy to click against this team. So Bob has had 2 really positive starts here. Mm-hmm. Nico is doing really well, I think, at the beginning of this season.
Yeah, he is.
And Palmer, I mean, I don't want the team to go out without Palmer.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think you can put that team out there without Palmer.
And I think Enzo's hurting our midfield, like you said. I can't wait for Lobby to be back. I hope that he gets to slot in. Having some cover in the right back position will also help with Gusto being back. So
having a right back on the pitch.
Would
be nice. An actual right back.
Yes, yeah. So, but I mean, I think like being able to do what we're doing with the squad that we have now, like it is positive things that we have been able to build on from last season in the midst of getting a whole new coach with a new philosophy. So I do see some positivity that can be had from this. But again, we're 5 games in. Like when we get halfway, I mean, we've only seen, a quarter of the field at this point.
Right.
Like we've got plenty more to go, and there's plenty of other systems we have to play against before we can see anything. But the confidence, the momentum, the good vibes of the team does seem to be gelling pretty well. Like, because we've watched recent Chelsea teams that look like they hate each other. And there were moments last season when we thought that might be the case too, because they were all fighting over a damn penalty kick. So it's like watching this team is infinitely better so far than last season, in my opinion. And I count that as a pretty good thing. And it's like you said earlier, if we can get 6 points out of these next 2, that'll be huge going into an international break. So we've got 4 games before the international break because we got a conference league the next week. So I think this will be a good run of games coming up, and we've got to keep the good times rolling.
Keep them rolling, baby. Yeah, I mean, my thing is that, like, I look at it, and the thing that jumps out to me the most is we're playing bottom of the table teams, but we're playing them all on the road.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't played them we played Brighton, who's not bottom of the table team, and Nottingham Forest, which would be interesting matches. But we've been playing them on the road. So they're not going to sit in a low block at home and defend like they would if they came to Stamford Bridge. Right. So we still have yet to see if this Maresca system can break a low block down. I'm still not convinced it can. I'm just not convinced. I mean, like, you look at what City, like Manchester City, with all of their firepower and Pep Guardiola, couldn't break an Arsenal 10-man low block down for an entire second half of a game until the death of the match and took a corner kick. So, I mean, despite having 20-plus shots, ridiculous amounts of possession, they still couldn't break down a 10-man Arsenal team. So, that's just my thing. Can we break down that low block? We'll see. Like you said, there's still questions I have around this team. I don't think we've seen our the best 11 on the pitch at one time yet either, which
Yep.
makes me excited a little bit. That's probably the most excited, I'll get for this season. So I don't know. Just ready for Labia to be back and Reese to be back.
I really thought you were about to say I'm ready for next season.
Well, I am, because I am ready for Esteval,
Yeah.
who has been promised he is not going. I don't know where he's going to play, Jason. I've yet to figure this one out. Don't know where he's going to play. I'm assuming somebody on the wing is getting sold. I would have to guess is probably going to be Mudryk.
Yeah.
Just my guess. Mudryk's probably getting sold to make way for Esteval. And hopefully he replaces Madueke second game into the season, and we just have the Esteval just takes off from there and just dominates the Premier League. But whatever. By the way, 5 matches in, Jason, another surprising factor, or maybe not so surprising, Chelsea still does not have a freaking shirt sponsor.
This
is the most baffling thing to me.
It was a joke a couple seasons ago or last season, but this season, 5 games in it feels normal now. Yeah. I don't know.
It's just like, are we going to play the whole year without a front of the shirt sponsor, miss out on £30 million of revenue, and then have to sell off half a column or something like
building?
That? Yeah.
Or do naming rights for the stadium or whatever.
Yeah, something like that to generate revenue because our dumb owners can't find a shirt sponsor. Like, I understand it might not be what you want, but just go out there, find something, put it on there, at least generate some revenue. Some revenue is better than no revenue at this point. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Like, somebody surely will want to sponsor us.
Well, my understanding is they don't want to get locked into anything long-term in case they make the Champions League, because you can get more for a shirt sponsorship if you're in the Champions League, which I get.
Yeah.
And I understand there's probably not a lot of companies that aren't currently owned by one of the owners that want to sponsor the team for a year. Most companies are on at least like a 3-year commitment or something like that.
Well, it's at least a 2-year commitment. We're not making the Champions League this year. Next year.
I think that as well. But
mark my words.
I mean, if we're sticking by our predictions.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But if we're sticking with our predictions, then no, we're not.
No, we're gonna make Champions League. Yeah, but I think that's the big issue. So I don't know. It's just mind-boggling to me how a club as big as Chelsea doesn't have a front of the shirt sponsor. And this is 2 years in a row. This isn't like the first time. This is 2 years in a row that this has happened.
Yeah.
And we had to pull out some Todd Bouillon company last year to sponsor us.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll probably just put Bowley's name on it.
Hey, hashtag Team Bowley on the front of the jersey. He sponsors the front of the jersey. It's just a picture of Bowley's face on it.
Oh my god! If it says Clear Lake or if it says Blue Co. or whatever. Yeah.
That's what it is. We sponsor ourselves, Jason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yes.
So what happens is Blue Co. sponsors Chelsea, and they pay us in the form of giving us the hotel back.
Yes.
So that then the next year we can sell them the hotel back to Blue Co.
Right.
And then make more revenue to skirt PSR rules.
Daniel for CFO. That's all I got to say.
Hey, big brain stuff right there. Blue Co. sponsors Chelsea. That's all I'm saying.
If that can't work somehow, then we'll be sponsored by the Dodgers.
Yeah. The Dodgers.
Breaking new ground. Sponsored by another sports team.
Another sports team sponsors another sports team. Yeah. There you go. And the Dodgers can put a little Chelsea. We'll do a side sleeve sponsor for the Dodgers, and we'll do a little Chelsea patch on their sleeves.
Or we sponsor Strasbourg, and they sponsor us.
Well, Strasbourg had to run the shirt sponsor, so they
keep
clearly
all the
know
money in the family, though. No. This is next season. This is
next season. Oh, okay. I got.
And then we just swap the monies.
Just trading the money around.
Yeah.
Record-breaking deal. Strasbourg has agreed to sponsor the front of Chelsea jerseys for 100 million euros a year, and Chelsea is vice versa decided to sponsor Strasbourg for 100 million euros.
Yep.
So
This is how it happens. This is how we keep from PSR.
We're gonna skirt those PSR rules to the death, man.
Yeah.
But I think Strasburg's actually having a decent year this year. I know that Santos is having a good year. So
nice.
But maybe they're not having as good a year as I thought they were. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 1.
Okay.
1-1. Wait, no, sorry. Oh, they drawn 2 more. They only lost 1, so they're not that bad. I mean, they're 10th, middle of the table.
Yeah, it's okay. That's where we're going to be soon.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, I guess we can do predictions because I mean, you got anything else? Jason's sneezing currently. If you're on YouTube, you'd see that. But if you're on the airwaves, you didn't see that, so I'm commentating it for you. He has sneezed 3 times.
Yeah,
3 times. Okay, 3 sneezes. Covered his mouth like a professional, using his elbow, which is the correct way to cover your mouth nowadays. Don't sneeze into your hands. If you're sneezing into your hands, you're doing it wrong these days, people.
You're disgusting.
You're disgusting. You're a disgusting pig.
Yeah, so don't be a disgusting pig.
Don't be a disgusting pig.
We're going to watch some Chelsea player next game sneeze right into their hands.
They just blow it out there. That's the great thing about soccer players or football players. They just take they have a big old snot rocket. They just blow it out their nose. It's my favorite thing ever. I love it. Sorry, I keep turning around watching the football game. So yeah. But anyway, I guess you got any last thoughts on the match, Jason?
Nope.
Anything? Okay.
No, I only got to watch half of it, so I gave way more than half my thoughts.
Yeah, it was I guess I enjoy matches like this because it's not a lot of stress. So that's nice. There's no stress in the match. So who would you give your player of the match to?
I'm gonna give it to Nico.
Okay, I'm with you. I second that. I think Nico deserves it. He had a good game, and it was funny because I thought, I feel like maybe this podcast, he listened to it and we inspired him.
Exactly.
We were questioning if Nkuku should start over him, and then Nico proves us. He's like, "No, guys, I got this." So,
yeah,
Nico called us,
and we gave him some pointers and told him what he needed to do out there. So.
Two almost 40-year-old guys that have never played football a day in their lives.
He respects our opinion. What can I say?
Yeah, hey, whatever.
No, but I mean, 2 goals and an assist is it's a good day's work.
It's a good day's work. Very good day. Very good day at the office for Nico. So you want to make predictions for? I guess we'll make predictions for the next 2 matches because I don't think we're going to have a midweek pod. I mean, look, guys, if you've listened to this podcast for the last couple of years, I don't know if it's a definitive podcast stance, but it's definitely a Daniel stance. I won't declare this as a podcast, but this is the shit cup, the cup that I don't give a shit about, that I don't care about. So there will never be a podcast for the Carabao Cup unless we are in the finals and we win. Maybe then you will get a podcast after a Carabao Cup match. But until then, I refuse to do a podcast for a shit cup. I'll do one for the Conference League just because European treble, baby. But
heck yeah.
I'm
trying to pull up the prediction sheet, so it's
I know neither one of us got it right this past weekend.
No,
we both missed on that. So, in case anybody's wondering, the Redskins and Bengals Commanders, not Redskins. Sorry, that's offensive now. Commanders and the Bengals are tied at 7. Just
Daniel was thoroughly distracted by.
Well, it's 2 former LSU quarterbacks playing against each other. That's why this is the first.
Good.
This might be the first second NFL game I've watched this year. That's the only reason I'm watching it. But
you and I last week both predicted 2-1 win.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because I refuse to let you get ahead of me in the standings.
Hey, I'm not far ahead of you. I only have one prediction
Yep.
correct so far.
So we play Barrow tomorrow, who is a League 2 side,
Yep.
and they are currently what? Let's see where they are in the table. They're first in League 2. Okay.
Wow. That
All
changes
right.
my prediction.
So they are first. They are 5-1-1. They've scored 11 goals and conceded 3.
Okay.
So they're tied for first with Gillingham.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know much about them. I don't know how I'm going to predict
nothing.
this.
Let's see if I know any of their players. See if I know any of these people on this team. I don't think I do. No,
Yeah, I would just like to
guys.
say we're at 10 points compared to last year, which I really need to put this on the same sheet. So, or at least tee it up better. On the 5th game last year, we were at only 5 points.
Yeah, this year has definitely been a better start. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So we do have that going for us. It's not been a Poch-esque start, so that's nice.
Yeah, that
But
is pretty nice.
all right, I guess I will go first. I'm going to predict a 4-1 win.
Damn it, Daniel! I was literally going to do that.
I did.
Shit.
Do it. Just do 4-1, man.
No. I'm doing 3-1.
3-1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just don't look. I'm not going to predict this to keep a clean sheet because I don't want to jinx it. So, knock on wood, I'm not predicting a clean sheet. So, Bob, keep doing your stuff.
I was the same way. I mean, I think this team, like when you get to teams early, you know, they're going to come out there to play. Like this is a highlight of the season for them. They're probably super pumped that they're playing Chelsea. So I think that there are things that we have to deal with when that happens, because when a team does take it to us, we have a little bit of trouble. So that's why I'm predicting at least a goal for them. It could be more. We could really botch this, and it could be embarrassing for us. But
it could be. And let me say, I think that I have flashbacks to the Wimbledon match last year where we had to fight tooth and nail to beat Wimbledon, and we had to put on all our good players at the end of the match just to win. So I just hope that this isn't another Wimbledon repeat from last year where we slog through the match and barely come out on top, or even earlier in the year when we were playing whatever that the conference league match was where we lost 2-1.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's just one of those things. I really hope that we just come out, put them away. Should see some rotation in the squad. Maresca, we mentioned it earlier. Chilwell is supposed to feature. Chuck Wominka is supposed to feature. I'm assuming Nkuku probably starts. Mudrik's probably going to start. Joao Felix is probably going to start. I mean, this is just nuts that that's our second string. Neto's probably going to start.
Yeah.
Tosin probably will start. Adiashile, Disasi, Chilwell, and we'll probably see. Oh no, our backup goalkeeper's hurt.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we get our backup goalkeeper's hurt. Isn't what's his face hurt?
Who is our backup goalkeeper now?
Jurgensen.
Oh yes.
He's
hurt.
Think he
is. Yeah.
Who was on the bench? No, he was on the bench, so I'm assuming he'll start. Vega hopefully will get some minutes. I guess we got Dewsbury that can get some minutes in the midfield too. It'll be interesting to see what he does in that midfield, because I'm assuming it's going to be Vega, Dewsbury, and Felix. Yeah. That's my prediction. That's how I see it lining up. So I don't know. We'll see. But
it does feel like we have a true first string kind of thing going on and a true second string thing going on. more so than at any point in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I think like that is one thing. Like Maresco, I think it was before our match this past weekend. Whenever he sort of listed out all the players, and he's like, "Okay, Jackson and Nkuku, or he calls him Christopher, are
So
nines."
formal.
Yeah, he is. And then he's like Misha and Sancho are on the left, Neto and Madueke are on the right, Palmer and Felix are, and then he went around to all the positions and told we're too deep at all the positions, and he essentially told you who the starters were and who their backups are.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, he brought up a good point. Like, he's like, I don't know why people say we have a lot of players. We have 2 people at every attacking position.
Right.
It's just that they can play multiple positions, which is good to have. Like, I mean, you technically have 3 strikers, and Nkuku, Jackson, and Felix can all play striker.
Yeah. He's rather formalized the team in a way, and organized it in a way that we haven't seen. And I mean, I guess this would be the 3rd season since our new shirt sponsor Blueco took over. So
just imagine we have Blueco on the road. I mean, like,
that would be so
at this point, let's just go get the most outland. Like, let's go get sponsored by Pfizer or something like that. Like, Viagra. Let's get sponsored by Viagra on the front of our shirt.
I would buy that jersey.
I would too. It's just a big blue pill Viagra.
Yeah.
Viagra.
You and I wear that to our local Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh man!
And then we pass out Viagra to all the old guys in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I am wearing my new LSU soccer jersey that I picked up at the game last night.
I noticed that. That does look great.
Yeah. And they did beat those douches from Ole Miss, so that was great. Although they might have played the most Chelsea-esque match ever, Jason. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm talking in front of goal, multiple shots where the other team just passed them the ball and they just shot the ball right at the goalkeeper. Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous. They had like 20 shots, 5, 6, 7, 8 on target. I mean, their XG had to have been 3 or 4, and they won 1-0. And the end of the match was just Ole Miss peppering the goal, trying to score. I was like, this is the most Chelsea thing I've ever watched in my life.
So frustrating.
It was. It was the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, but so 3-1, 4-1 for the Carboa Shit Cup tomorrow at 1:45. Tune in. I will be watching, tweeting about it, tweeting or texting Jason probably because he'll be working, unfortunately, because give your job one of these, Jason.
I wish I could.
I mean, my daughter Veda gave Ole Miss players one of these when they were running out the other night.
It is my preferred way to flip people off.
It is just so much fun. Yeah. Like, because everybody knows when you do this, what this is.
Yeah.
Like,
Daniel is currently flipping off the camera.
Right. But yes, for those who are in the airwaves, I just flipped the camera off. But I'm giving the good old English flip off here. And it is, because nobody in America knows what it means.
It looks better when you wave it. It looks better when you just like, you can do all the things. You can raspberry it. You can wave it. You can do the double.
Yeah.
You just emphatically just throw it towards the person. I mean, it's good. Yeah. The backwards V is good.
Right. And your wife doesn't get mad at your daughter when she does it either.
Yeah.
She doesn't care if Veda does this. She can't flip people off, but she can do this all she wants to.
Brilliant. Man, kids will always find a loophole.
Us dads will always find a loophole. So let's move on to this weekend. We play Brighton at home, 9:00. Thank God it is not at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So predictions for this match, Jason.
Speaking of frustrating, I'm going for a draw here. I'm predicting a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2.
Jason.
Hey, we're supposed to turn the ESP off before we start the podcast, Daniel.
I'll go 1-1. It's
okay.
gonna be. I'm with you. It's gonna be a draw. It is gonna be a draw. 100% believe that. So it will be a draw. I'm with you. I don't think. Although, let's preface this now. Hold on. I don't know if you know this. Brighton will not have their manager on the touchline. He got carded and is banned from the touchline.
Wow.
So they won't have that little young douchebag running around on the sidelines over there.
Okay.
So
nice.
But I will say, I don't know. Brighton hasn't lost. They've drawn their last 4. I really feel like either we draw or Brighton wins. I honestly feel that's the way it's going to go. So
that kind of thing, like where their manager's not there and it's like should give the opposing team a bump. That kind of thing never helps us.
Never helps.
Yeah.
Never.
We're always on the wrong end of the stats, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Jason predicts 2-2. I predict 1-1. Both think it's going to be a draw. Although I think we either draw or Brighton wins. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope this team wins. I hope that they continue to surprise me, I guess, as the season goes on.
We still have some PTSD from the other seasons, and we're still playing with an unproven coach.
Yep. Which is my biggest thing. Like, I really am. Which, and even to me, like, the Liverpool match doesn't even show that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the telltale match for me on how Maresca is going to handle this is the Arsenal match, because you can say a lot of bad things about Poch, and nobody's going to disagree with you. And you can say a lot of bad things about Potter, and you can say a lot of bad things about Tuchel. But the one thing all 3 of those guys had conveniently left out Lampard, they actually played really well against the top teams.
Yes.
Like, they always set their teams up. Tuchel would always set his teams up good. Poch always had us playing well against the top 6. I think I saw the stat since Christmas last year, we only lost 2 matches.
It's incredible.
And it was to City and Arsenal. Those are the only 2. That's the only. Well, I guess we lost 1 in them. I think that's just Premier League.
Yeah.
Just Premier League, because we did lose to Whatchamadoodle Hoppers not too long ago. But they're the only ones to beat us since last Christmas, I believe. So
It's a good stat. Yeah, it's a good stat.
It is. Good stat. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess Jason, tell these people where they can find us. Do we get into this talk about?
Yeah.
Tell these people where they can find us.
I mean, that's a good place to end it. We are on X. We're on Instagram, which means we're also on Threads. Hello out there to Threads. Talking into the void there. We are also on Substack. Daniel writes amazing pieces for us on there. So, and if you're listening to us, you can see our faces. You can see us take drinks of water, like Daniel and I have both done.
Prolonged drinks of water.
You can watch Daniel's reactions to his dogs barking. You can see how animated we get. You can watch me sneeze into my elbow. All these things are available to you to watch on our YouTube channel. We've made it easy across all the platforms. We are at Red White Blues FC. Come check us out.
Darn right we are. We are there. We are not on Amazon. But we are, however, on Spotify and Apple. I almost said it. I caught myself, and I was like, not on Amazon. We're on Spotify and Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast at these days. We're there. Listen to us, give us a follow, give us a like, do all the jizzy jazz, blah, blah, blah stuff.
Marking this for adults.
Yep. Adults only for this podcast. Do all the stuff, whatever. Hit the bell, do whatever. I don't know. But until next Monday night, we will catch you guys and gals. Or maybe, just maybe, I can convince Jason to live stream on Saturday.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Daniel said a word earlier. Not that last one. Although I didn't want to change this ending. I just wanted to repeat the word. Whatchamadoodle hoppers. All you Whatchamadoodle hoppers out there. Thanks for joining. Flippity floppity.